291 hours since we streamed. Is that a long time? All right, we all have the same sounds. It is amazing. I just want to do some Pindle runs right now. I feel like this is the Pindle run time when you get back and you are very tired. It is time for Mr. Pindle.
Not in town.
Yeah, we'll just do it nice and quick. Agreed. Okay. And you can come here and give me my harmony. Okay. And get rid of that. That depends on what time it is. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't miss those jokes. What up, UID? Battle staff rare. Ooh. It's a hot start. Hot start. Saw the SGDQ run. Very well done. Thank you, Blumpa. Who here watched it? 1 in chat if you got to see it live. 2 if you saw it on VOD. 3 if you didn't see it. And no shaming. There's no shame in not seeing. VODing it. Wow. Is that part of the VOD? That works. There's a decent mix in there. Decent mix. Dang. GG, guys. GG. VOD is YouTube or Twitch. Video, you know, whenever. Give you a link, you'll totally watch it. It's up on the YouTube right now. It is up on the YouTube. So, man, what a whirlwind. What are my plans for Diablo? I mean, I'll do some more Diablo stuff. Do some other characters, change it up, you know, have some fun. Yeah. Thank you, Esroy. So, let's start it off, because we have a lot to talk about. You got up at 3:30? That's nuts. That's when I woke up.
Fresh meat.
We got a lot to talk
I
about.
appreciate you planning your vacation around my vacation. Very considerate.
Of course. I was like, I gotta make sure that heavy metal is, ooh, another staff there. It will be off at the time I'm off. That was my thought. Assassin's Speedrunning event? Ah, rip. So I started and I went up and I stayed with Kylie's friend and then some of my friends as well at SGDQ. I got in on Wednesday. It was a very lovely event. And yeah, we had a good time, you know. I slept on the floor for the first 2 nights before I finally got a bed. So the 2 people on my couch, well, I had 3, but one was Musical Daredevil. He's like hosted or been like my donation reader before for D2. So he was excited and he talked a little bit, and that was nice to have him. Icy Rain and Naspimi were the other 2, and they had not slept yet. Total raised was over 3 million, just over. So it was awesome. Yeah, so on the day before, I went to bed, and I was sleeping on the floor still. I went to bed at around like 9 p.m. I tried to go to bed. I don't sleep extremely well, though, so I just kind of laid there on the floor. Yeah, I'll say that in a bit. And so, you know, and they like kept coming back and forth, like coming in and out of the room. And, you know, like they'd had a little to drink and they were having fun or whatever. So they'd come in and they'd be like, shh, 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 Llama's trying to sleep. Oh, crap. Oh, shh, 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 shh. He's sleeping. Like, and I was like, oh my God. You know, but they were cute. They were trying to be respectful. They just were stumbling around a little bit. And so it was fun, though. So So that happened. No, like floor. And I like sleeping on the floor usually. This hotel floor was a little hard. So like hotel floors aren't great. Like the floor in my room where I live here, I can sleep on that because it's pretty comfy. It's got a nice carpet. My parents' house, the carpet is amazing. So sleeping on that floor is like sleeping on a nice bed. This one was like pretty bare, there wasn't a lot. So it kind of hurt. So I like went in and out of sleep. I woke up at 3:45-ish, something like that. And got ready and went down for my run, which was right on time at like 4:45 a.m. in the morning, I think, something like that, 4:52. It was early. The run went well. I explained things, so I'm like gonna run it a little slower because I'm gonna be explaining things, pointing some things out, getting whatever you call it. The like tree of Inifis, like that stuff. But it was. See, I keep my money by sleeping on the floor, Amped. That's how you do it. But it was good but rough because I really was so like tired. I don't even remember the run, honestly. Like, I remember tiny pieces of it, but I was pretty much straight zoned out. And there was even a point during the run where I was literally talking about something. I think it was dentist and teeth or something like that. And then I just stopped and was like, I don't know what I was just saying, so I'm just going to move on to the next part. So it was rough. I wish that I was in a better than 3 or 4 a.m., 5 a.m. mindset. Did I get a world record? Wow. Yeah, it's just like MVS, right? It was like the end of MVS. And so, it was just a little weird because, I didn't get to like add as much personality, as many jokes and things like that into it because I was just so trying to focus on like remembering to not be a complete idiot, which like apparently in Act 4 I still forgot like the waypoint and had to do like a full reset on Act 4, which probably cost me like a minute and a half, 2 minutes maybe. But all in all, we ran a 2:05, which is fantastic for an explained 5 a.m. source or necromancer. And yeah, so I can't be like upset with the time at all. I was a little sad that cow level didn't get hit, but the night before when I was going to sleep, I had the TV on, and the announcers just kept hyping up petting the dog incentive as the big incentive to go for. So they kind of like skipped over the cows. So that kind of sucked a little bit. So when I got there, I went and looked at the donations amounts and I was like, yo, what happened? And he was like, oh yeah, they were like so much on the pet the dog for the Octopath Traveler that like, people have been, all the runners' choices, everything has been going to that basically for the last like 12 hours. And that run was like 2 runs after mine or something. So, so that was unfortunate that we didn't get to do cows. But I was also pretty tired. I like just went back to bed after that. So, it was okay at the same time. Moo? Chmoo chmoo! I remember that. That was funny. The chmoo chmoo train. So it was, a lot of fun stuff overall with all that. Then after that, I went and played some games and had a good time, hanging out with everybody at GDQ, some board games, things like that. What was my favorite run? I watched the entirety of Majin Phil's, Majora's Mask run. I've obviously seen that run multiple times before. But he's a good friend of mine. I always like watching that run, so I had fun watching that. I didn't watch a ton of runs though overall. I kind of got away. I went to the casino. Oh my god, I have to tell you guys about the casino. Yeah, and thanks, by the way, to everyone in chat for all of the engagement. Congratulations. During my run in front of 100,000 people. So great. Super appreciate it. Thanks. Greg! Mwah. Only 80. It climbed to 100 by the end of it. It went from 60 to 100 over the course of it.
Heard you slept on the floor.
Yeah.
There are some bits towards a nice air mattress for next time.
Thank you, Greg. All right, we'll put that towards either a hotel with better carpet or a nice air mattress. I'm not engaged. No, do not listen to chat. Total money raised from Diablo 2 and like for the run is probably around like, let's see,
some of us were working
maybe like
on your
35
run,
or something.
unlike some folks who were just playing games Kappa.
Thank you, Esroy, and thank you, Archangelo. Just playing games.
Less than 3, you llama.
Ouch. Ouch. Mwah! And thank you to One Iron as well. I appreciate you both. So yeah, I think like Diablo 2 probably raised around like 35 grand-ish. So a little bit lower than the like what it usually brings in when I've speedrun it there, but it was also at awful time in the morning, you know, like the lowest peak, lowest times of viewers and stuff. So yeah, it's whatever. I just hope I don't get that. Married already? Not married or engaged. Like people will stay up till runs till like, you know, 3 or 4 in the morning, and they'll start runs. Wait, do I already have an Eth Crown of Thieves? I'm pretty sure I do.
Welcome back. How is the Vaca?
And thank you, Taviarn. Mwah. Yeah, it's too early to wake up and too late to stay up. Exactly. I'm pretty sure I already have this. Yeah, I do. It's right there. 192, 162, trash. When's the baby due? God, you guys are awful. Yeah, I got a good run though, so that was the important part. Good run, good fun. Hey, bud. Thank you, Shadow and Taviarn.
33% of 1 year Pog Champ.
Pog Champers. Isn't that 40%? I'm tired. Don't make me math. They're all like Magic Find. And then some of them are like, you know, like I've got my 1 hit recovery one, of course, and then like a 4-6 and a 5-5. Other than that, they're all like 7s and 6s. Most of them are 7s. Oh wait, I wanted to go to Kane. S. Okay. 6 MF. 1 to Cold Skillers. 4 defense. I will force my child to start playing Diablo 2 pretty much immediately. While in the womb. You know how people are like, hey, put your hands here and the baby kicks. I'm going to put the mouse and keyboard up to my wife's stomach. Wife at that time, because I'm not married or engaged. And be like, play, baby. And the baby can kick and move the characters around. That's how I'm going to do it. So, D2 Pilot!
2 months in a row.
And
My D2 play is
Invictus!
so much better thanks to your play.
Mwah! Glad to hear that. That's good to hear.
Almost a year. Golly.
Golly. Wow. That's crazy, man. Almost an entire year. Thank you both. Anyways, so yeah. Baby's first words. Fresh meat. That's right. Ah. Fresh meat. That'd be cute. So, SGDQ, lots of fun. So, we go to the casino. Right? We go to the casino. And we walk in and we're looking around for the $2 tables, and there's like they have like 6 or 7 in the casino. and they were like all busy. But then me and Nos are like, oh, we're gonna go find this one, and you guys can verify this with him. I promise you. Thank you,
Glad
Glyph.
you're back, good sir.
That's right, Jim. And thank you, Glyph. And so finally we find a table that's a little bit off, whatever, and we're like, all right, perfect. Let's go ahead and play some $2 blackjack, because I love blackjack. So we sit down at this table. I kid you not. These two girls sit down next to us. They can't be more than 15 years old. And I know young, because I'm dating Miss Kylie. They can't be more than 15 years old. They pull $5 bills out of their pocket and put them on the stupid table. $5 bills. And it's $2 blackjack. So you get, with a 25-cent ante, right? So you get like 2 hands of blackjack? And this is a casino, so you have to be at least 18. And then they're like, friends come around and sit down, and this young boy sits down who's maybe 14 at most. He's still rocking the chili bowl cut and everything. Literally, it was a $5 bill. But like, yeah, I know, the stupid annies are the worst. And me and Nos are looking at each other like, are they kidding? Like, all right, who's the guy dishing out fakes around the high school here or something? Because what? Literally, the entire time. And they just keep cycling through. We're there for probably like 2.5 hours or something. And it is all children. And it's not that they're showing up and playing. That is just what is happening here. They're showing up with beers. They're walking by with beers in their hand. And they're like, all right, now I'm going to go ahead and sit down with my Bud Light and play some blackjack like I always do. What do you think, Timmy? You think we should put out the big bucks? I'm going to put $5 down first to start. And, oh, I remember coming here 10 years ago. Like, they were like little kids acting to be adults. It was the most insane thing. And I was just looking at the casino like owners or whatever, the pit boss and stuff, like, really? We're just casinos hurting this bad, huh? Just turning a blind eye. It was, it was cute. One girl walked away with like $25 or something from her 5. The other girl busted out in 2 hands, pulled out another 5er, made it a little bit, eventually busted out before, a couple other children stepped in. But it was like literally allowance money gambling, and they just kept coming. This entire casino was full of children. That one person looked to be 18 years old. One of them looked like he could be 18. None of them could have been 21. A majority of them were 15 or younger. Guaranteed. Like, literally, there is no way they were not. So, wild stuff. But we had fun. I ended up $8 at the end. When you're playing against a blind or an ante, you call it a good day. So, it was fun, though. And the dealer looked exactly like my friend that lives in Houston. So I was like, are you sure you're not from Houston? She was like, no, I'm not. I was like, nice try. Nice try. Yeah. They didn't even try and use the trench coat. They literally just took the trench coat off and the 2 kids walked in.
Fresh meat.
I don't know. Football is
First
rough.
thing I hear is majority of them were 15 to 21. Llama always hitting on them under.
I wasn't hitting on them. Oh my god. You never hit on 17 to 21. 12 to 16, you gotta just, you gotta hit. Wait, we're talking about blackjack, right? I'll verify. Why would you ever play at a blackjack table where the casino odds better than 64 before they even deal a hand? Blackjack was 50. Because it was $2 blackjack. I literally could have cared less what happened to the $50 that I put down on the table. I mean, obviously I cared, but like, that was we were going out as a group, entertainment, fun. They didn't want to play big hands. So I also didn't have cash on me. So I just had to grow the fuck up. That's right. I just had to borrow cash from a friend. So I wasn't going to be like, hey, man, spot me 500 so we can play some tables where they pay the ante or whatever. So I just played tiny hand stuff. Nice heavy metal. Love Windstar. I just was there 2 weeks ago. And no, I did not look her up on Facebook. I just sent her a text message with a picture of her, and I was like, "Is this you?" Just to see if her phone vibrated, and I'd be like, "Ha! I knew it was you." But it wasn't her. What up, Side Up? So, yeah, stayed around, played games, all good. So then after that, I flew to Chicago. Actually, because it was either come home for a couple days. No, I don't introduce myself as a podcaster, streamer, YouTube. No, if they find out, then that's cool. But I don't really talk about generally.
Llama, what's the best way to never lose money at a casino? Answer: only play with your friends' money.
Smart man. It was up in Minneapolis. Yeah, so, 67 life. Viridian Archon plate. Exclamation mark MF gear. So I went to, I could either come home for 2 days, or I could just go to Chicago instead. So I went to Chicago, and I met my friend in Chicago. We saw Toy Story 4. Exactly, Arcangelo. And it was a good movie. I thought it was decent. And I met up with Cute Dog. Love seeing Cute Dog, so that was fun. We went and got some dim sum. I met up with a friend from high school, and we walked around Chinatown, and we ate this. We went to this Chinese restaurant. And they had the best Chinese food ever. It was so good. Wow, 3 uniques in a row or something like that. 3 and 4. That's crazy. It was insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah, it was. He's a Path of Exile streamer. And where was Kylie? She was streaming Final Fantasy 14. She didn't want to come because she wanted to do her new expansion. So I was like, all right. And then we did, so we did that, and we went around to this game bar, and went to the park, and I don't know, Chicago's a cool town, man. I really like Chicago. If I had to live in a city, I would probably choose Chicago. But then I was leaving to meet my parents who flew into Chicago, and I accidentally went all the way to extremely South Chicago. And I missed the line, and I got on the wrong one. And I got off, and there was a car on concrete blocks right next to me, and I was like, this doesn't seem like the airport. So that wasn't as great, but whatever. Oh my God, Max. I'm young as well. I know, I'm way too young. Did not football. I saw a little baby on the street corner selling crack, and I was like, baby, you're too young. He was like, I got kids to feed. Yeah, I flew to Midway. So I Ubered over there, met my parents, and then I drove up to, what do you call it? Michigan. So I drove up for a few hours to Michigan with my parents, and we had a big old lake vacation with the family. And I'm Italian, so my family's big. So we had 51 people over there in the house and on the vacation this time that made it. It was a lot. But it was fun. You know, we had jet skis and boats and tubing and... no, it wasn't like Lake Michigan. It was like a little lake in Michigan. It wasn't too smelly. And... yeah, we had an army. And so it was fun, you know, so we all just hung out there for a few days. Internet was pretty bad, so I couldn't really stream. Not like I had time to stream anyways. Hey, Demon. How you doing? And then 12 days later in total, here we are. We are streaming. We are back home. Should have gone to a Cubs game. Didn't do the Cubs game. I did go to Second City, though, which was hilarious. Oh, my God. If you are in Chicago, we did the Best of show. So funny. If you're in Chicago, go to Second City and enjoy a show. It was a great show. Stupid piece of running. Yeah. Yeah, where's that Mang's welcome home gift? That's what I'm saying. Where is it at? You never know, man. You never know. Can never be too safe. Yeah, plus to get around town is cheap. Yeah, it really is. Like, that's the really nice thing. I really do like Chicago. The trains, or whatever you call it, the L, the C train, whatever it is like super great at getting you all around. Super easy. You can walk most places anyways. We did a lot of walking all around. Just a cool place. But yeah, we went there. I got a Portillo's hot dog, whatever it's called. That was pretty good. I tried to knock off some of the Chicago classics. I haven't been to a Cubs game, though. I did get a hot dog, Machen. And they denied me ketchup. They said no. Did I go into the Willis Sears Tower? So Cute Dog took me for a really nice date the first time I visited Chicago, like 2 years ago. I came up, I was really like sad because I was super stressed from work and stuff. And so he took me up to like the 95th floor restaurant. I don't know if that's in the Willis Tower. It wasn't the Sears Tower. And we had a beautiful like dinner date up there. Super nice. Dude, lots of uniques dropping right now though. We're looking up for this. This is looking good. So that was, it was nice and relaxing. It was a beautiful time. And we walked in and they almost turned us away because Cute Dog had a polo on and not a full dress shirt. Almost. We should do that. Bye-bye. Oh, it was renamed. Okay, no, I haven't been in the Sears yet. The highest I went up was at 95th floor. Have I had a deep dish? Yeah. So I got a deep dish pizza. Not this time I went up, but the last time I went up. And it was really good.
Love you, llama.
I've had 2 deep dish pizzas while I've been in Chicago. One was like good. The other one was like, holy crap. Now I understand why people eat this stuff. Exactly, Pizzaroni. Thank you, Pius. So, yeah, let's see. 95th floor, Chicago menu. Let's see what the signature room is what it's called. It's a top 875 North Michigan Avenue. I don't know what the actual building is supposed to be called. Yeah, it was really nice though.
Fresh meat.
You were gone for
Right?
so long.
Right, Geppetto?
I
That was
think
insane.
You forgot about us.
What up,
Says,
Black
I
Aver?
also Timmy learned
Oh
how
my
to
God.
properly spell llama. Here goes. Jirk llama.
Thanks, Timmy. Not quite how you spell it. Yeah, at GDQ we found a +3 to teeth, +3 to bone armor helm. And I was like, there's no way I can be excited enough to show people how cool this actually is. So that really helped the run. Just to have that and not have to deal with it. Severed head, whatever it was. It was a head of some sort, and that's all that mattered. I didn't use the bone armor. Yeah, it's not really something you use early on that much. I could have maybe, but... Well, I'm happy that the attic ordered some gamer girl bathwater to keep themselves well hydrated. Thought I was gonna use Nadir more liberally in the CS. Hey, another rare quarterstaff. Yeah, I didn't really use it that much. I used it like a couple times, I guess, but I was having some like hotkey issues or something when I was trying to like do stuff there. Do I think I'll get the last item before the end of this year? I think that's a good goal for it. That like honestly is my goal, is to have it be gotten by end of the year. Yeah, my RNG was good. We got a second way arcane, we got a great marsh skip. Like, I cannot be upset any bit about the RNG we had in that run. I got my runes. Honestly, if it wasn't, 5 a.m. in the morning and I wasn't explaining things, I mean, that run probably would have been like a 155. Something around there. Hey, Canine. I Diablo you. Diablo 2. Ogre gauntlets. Not quite what we want. Pow, pow, pow. So fun run to watch. Well, good. Act 3 is one of those things where it's like so difficult until you finally just get it. Like it makes sense to you. I'm going to do a quick paint drawing to make it make sense. This is going to be the shortened version. That's beautiful, Raggets. This will be a shortened version of what Act 3 looks like. So the first thing you have to note, let's go down here. Here's the town. Here's the like get out of town. The first thing you have to remember is that there's going to be 3 turnoffs in the in each of the places. If you see more than 3 turnoffs, then you are going to, there's some sort of crossover connector in between, right? So let's say like it's this, you get the like little bridges, you get like a second one, whatever, right? That's like that, right, whatever. And then like third one we'll do is like on this or something, right? So if you're running and this is your map, right? This is your map. Let's pretend like here's the first one, here's the second one, here's the third one, and this is all Spider Forest. At this point, I would just say there's just going to be a Great Marsh. The reason being is you've already reached your 3 of these things, and you just have a single path going off. Nice change. Right? So, like, you're just going to hit a dead end, or not a dead end, a Great Marsh is pretty much what's going to happen. However, let's say that you end up running into something like this. Now your chances increase greatly of getting a skip. Why? Because you're not going to be, you're not going to run into a 4th one of these. You can't. You already have the 3 in the Spider Forest, so you can't run into a 4th one. If you do run into a 4th one, let's say that you run into, you go up, that's a little too thin. You go up this path, and there's this little like connector to go to a 4th one over here, right? Congratulations, you've just found your way into the next zone. So I would always take this no matter what and never come back and go this way, right? Because this is guaranteed going to lead you out here because these are already taken. Okay? So this, if you run to a 4th one, now, will this take you to the flare? Maybe. Will it take you to the Great Marsh? Also maybe. This you don't know. This just depends on what ends up happening over here with all this stuff. However, if it does take you to the Great Marsh, you know that you are at least further than this point when this takes you to the Great Marsh. So you might as well get to that point. Now, let's say that we get rid of all this stuff and we're back at this, but let's say right here, there was a turning point going out this way. Now your chances, once again, of a flare jungle or a Great Marsh have increased greatly because you have this path, and a lot of times this will just be a Great Marsh, like right here when you get to it, right? Like that line is going to be it. You've hit your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd area, and you still have something going off this way. Can this run into a dead end that literally has no circles on it? Yes. Or none of the like extensions? It can. And this is what sucks about Act 3, is this is still not guaranteed to send you to the flare jungle because you can still run into just a pure dead end with no circles. And this is why Act 3 sucks. If this dead end did not exist, Act 3 would be awesome. Basically, it would be a lot easier to read. But in this case, you have to take this path and have to make the expectation this will run into the flare jungle, or the flare, it'll be like this way to the flare jungle, whatever it is, right? But this is the difficulty with Act 3, is even with like these things, you don't know if you're going to run into a dead end or not. Now, let's say that our map looks like this. Right? Let's say our map starts to look like this. At this point, when I'm running through, and I'm going to put my little red for how I'm running, I run here, I come in here, let's say it's the Spider Cavern, cool. I get my eye, I come out, I go here, I check over, it's the Great Marsh. I say, okay, there's still some room. I check back. I come up here. I find this. I mean, I wouldn't even go in there. So like, let's pretend I don't go in there. I come up here and then I'm starting to run this way. At this point, I would start to get really skeptical that I'm going to run into a flare jungle. The reason being is I still need to find the third one of these, and that's going to generally be something along the lines of just, you know, like right here, right? I mean, if it was like that, then there'd be another connector, and then I would say, hey, flare jungle, chances are looking up. But if it goes like this, and it hits that like one piece right there, where it's over here, then I would go, yep, this is going to be a dead end, and just run into there. Now, of course, with this, you're always going to come over here still to look for this connector out like this, because this could take you to the Great Marsh still. This could take you to the flare jungle up here. You don't know, but it gives you a better sense that there's not going to be a skip when you start to see, you know, when you haven't found this second one or third one. The less of these that you find, right? The less of these entrances that you find, the worse it gets for you, basically. Because the more that these maps are just going to run into these dead ends like this, and you're going to be screwed. So, of course, what do you do here? You pretty much pray that there's a waypoint. And you leave your TP right here. Put it in blue. Leave your TP right here. And so you say, okay, I'm just going to keep running this way. If it does continue off like this somehow, there might be a flare jungle. If it doesn't and I get over here, I just take the waypoint back. So that is how you run Act 3 maps. It's really confusing. And obviously there's like little tile things that are helpful.
What I learned from Mr. Llama today.
But, you know.
Act 3 maps work except when they don't work.
Right.
It's like dating. You make a gut call based on if it looks good, you are turned off. And how many entrances are still open on your current path. Bottom line, you pray it works out. Most of the time, though, you still get screwed.
That does sound like dating. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. What are these pictures? This is weird. Once you get the spider, if you instantly find gem in the next spot, why not just go through the gem at that point instead of just keep going through the spider? The reason is because the Great Marsh and the Flare Jungle don't always connect.
I should be sleeping easy.
Wow.
Naps. Welcome back, sir.
Those are almost not bad. Thank you, Assembler. Mwah. Thank you, Esri. So sometimes I will go through the Great Marsh. And a lot of times the reasoning on that is because it just doesn't seem like you're going... It seems like it's one of those maps where it's just going to run to a dead end, right? It just doesn't seem like you're going to get far. You already have the eye. You've already it's woven its way off. You've already found a dead end and work your way back. And so it just doesn't feel worth it. You know, so you take a chance. King Dime! And a Saddler with a gifted sub to Mr. BYD. Woo! Mwah! Kisses to you both. Thank you, guys. Oops. Thank you, thank you. So, yeah. So the hard part about explaining Act 3 maps, or what people don't get about Act 3 maps, is that it's not like Act 2 or 1. Is that with the gifts up to Chuppetto as well? Thank you as well. Right? Like every other act, it's pretty set, you know. The Cold Plains, it's in the middle to the Stony Field, in a corner to the Blood Raven, right? Like every single map has kind of a set thing. Go to the left, go to whatever. Yeah, you hit 400. It's big. I will, Nico. I will. But when you get to Act 3, there's no guarantees on anything. It doesn't adhere to the standard of I can be 100% certain, or once I see this tile, then I know I'm good. There's none of that. You have to change your mindset for it to interpret it. And so you have to do, you know, the best reading of it that you can, and then you'll still be wrong 10% of the time, right? Like, there's still plenty of times where we just are wrong because, oh, it looked like it was going to be good, but it ran to a dead end. But you can almost guarantee... I want to open it up one more time because, like, I want to show one more thing where I can, like, guarantee it. Window capture. So, like, let's say that this is your map right here. 1, 2, and then it goes up to 3. At this point, if this is like your map, and you hit this right here, you know, you can feel usually pretty strongly that it's going to work out. This could take you to a dead end. And if it does, then you know you just have a Great Marsh right this way. But if you have, let's say, this going this way, and like your Great Marsh right here, then this is like a guaranteed flare jungle. Because this will take you to a dead end, or it'll take you to a fourth connector, right? That's then going to just take you over to the flare jungle. So this will either take you towards a dead end, or like this one will take you over into a dead end. But like, you are going to get to the flare jungle if you run into this spot right here and you already have a way to the Great Marsh, right? So there's things like that that you'll, you know, see. If only I was as good at D2 as the U.S. women's national team. They did well, man. So I watched that as well today. Before my flight, I went and hung out at my cousin's house and watched it. They did well. There was, I wouldn't say it was a that good of a game. It was an okay game. The U.S. 2 through 8 has improved in women's soccer. Teams 2 through 8 have gotten better over the years, and that really showed. But nobody was really. It still didn't look like anybody really had the depth that you know the U.S. team had. Especially like our forwards and stuff are just so good. We just had so much strong offensive power that, you know, the whole tournament, nobody could really match it. But, you know, it was a fun game to watch. The Netherlands goalkeeper kept them in it for sure. We got a little unlucky. She made some good saves as well. But, yeah, that team is, our team is pretty stacked. Ban the spammer. Sounds good. Thank you. Surprised they didn't get an early goal. I mean, early on, they weren't doing so hot. It wasn't until like that 27th minute where they started doing some stuff. Yeah, exactly 9. But once they kind of settled in and then they got the PK and stuff, like, you know, it was all good from there. And then the Netherlands honestly crumbled. Like, after that first goal, the U.S. could have put 4 in if they would have just taken shots. That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. You would have players. It wasn't a bull PK at all. Don't even try and pretend to start. If it was reverse, I still would have been like, yep. No. You cannot do a reckless jumping with your cleats out, foot at head height towards somebody. That is a foul and PK every day of the week. Every single day of the week, Zong. In the men's game, it is also a PK. It is a PK no matter, like, that is 10 out of 10 times. There's not even a debate on it. That was a reckless tackle and challenge because she had gotten beat. She wasn't even looking at it, and she just threw her leg up. You've seen worse not called? That doesn't mean it's not a PK. Just because you've seen worse not called. I've seen plenty of horrible calls not made. Doesn't change that one. Sad Hayes made the Dario fight. Thanks, Minion. Yeah, it's kind of unfair how easily the Necromancer takes down Duriel. Because Duriel was always like the hardest boss the first time you play through Diablo 2. You're like, oh my god, he's murdering me. They had lots of calls from the refs. They didn't. The refs were more favoring the Netherlands in that game. Too bad the U.S. men lost the finals. Yeah, I mean, Mexico is projected to win. We have a lot of young people playing right now on the U.S. team. We've, like, cycled it out with a lot of new players. So, honestly, the fact that they only lost 1-0 to Mexico was pretty good. I was pretty happy with it.
Watching women playing soccer. Soccer, I don't know. But watching small ladies in short shorts running everywhere. Yes, #lewd, #WAS, obviously watching soccer for soccer, duh. And yeah,
Right.
Grail aka me, yeah? I'm hard to beat.
That's right. Which wild string? I don't remember what it was. Short siege bow? Is that what dropped? Something like that. Speech bar rapping hard. Thank you, Corn Mex. 6-hour slot falls down to 1 game in event. Tough to know. Yeah, I've always tried to submit a hell run, and I've tried to submit a nightmare run. So I always do 1 hell run, 1 nightmare run, and 2 normal runs for my submission. They've only accepted the normal runs ever, so it is what it is. Thoughts on why the women are so good and the men aren't? One, because in other countries, a lot of women don't even have rights, so it's not really a thing. Especially considering FIFA and the whole everything is pretty like misogynistic and stuff, right? Like it's not great. So for a lot of those countries and stuff, you know, and obviously not like Netherlands, whatever, but you know, like there's still in a lot of those areas. Additionally, in the United States, soccer is probably like the number 6 sport in America, I would gander. I guess gander's probably better for that. If I had to guess, like football, basketball, baseball, hockey, tennis, NASCAR, golf would actually be bigger. MMA/boxing. Let's see. Football, basketball, baseball, hockey, and then it looks like soccer on this list is at 5. Boxing,
No,
golf, tennis,
seriously,
car
that
racing,
speech bot sound like a
Yeah.
South alligator hunter.
swimming.
We gone hunt Shom Geeter today. My dad been doing it all his life. Good life really loika.
Diablo 2.
OUF.
That gave her.
Fresh meat.
Track and
DL on the
field.
runs.
Yeah. Thank you, Regular. And Minion. And Black Gaver. So, really, like, you just have, like, your big 3, right? Football, basketball, baseball. Those are, like, your big 3. Then you go down to, like, another layer of, like, spread out a ton of sports. Golf, track, soccer, hockey, you know, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. And so it's just like the talent in the United States is so spread among those top 3 first, or like concentrated and then kind of spread across the rest a little bit, that there's just not a lot of development and thought that goes into it. Thanks, Pax. I couldn't, there was no time for jokes at 5 in the morning. I couldn't even think about what I was doing. Thank you, North. Appreciate that. So that's why, yeah, the donations made all the jokes. That's why all of that, like, the men's soccer team just isn't as talented. Because there are definitely some crazy fast and talented people in the United States, but they just all go to the other sports. That's just, that's exactly why it is. Well, the reason, LeBron, is because every other country in the world, not every other, like, you know, you have like Australia is probably rugby or whatever, but like 95% of the countries in the world's number 1 sport is soccer for men. And so that's their football, you know, technically, and like, and so that's why it's such a big difference. Because we're putting up, again, you know, most of Europe's that way, most of South America is that way, a lot of Africa is that way. Like, it is, you know, the world's sport.
I can run 24 miles an hour. Plays bowling. Oh, wow.
Yep.
Also, I thought you'd be on later for SGDQ.
Nope. Yeah, and then there's only a few countries that have equal rights for men and women. Exactly. It's alright, King Dime. Like I said, I didn't expect anybody to wake up at 5 a.m. for my run. So they're just so bad with the funding resources, it's no excuse. I mean, I'm not trying to excuse it. I'm just giving you a valid reason. We're competing against countries that literally like have schools built for soccer, spend all of their like youth going to clubs for soccer, and spend their entire time about soccer, whose worlds revolve around soccer. And then you come to the United States and like nobody cares about soccer at all. Like the MLS is a joke, you know, it's like whatever, all right. Some dude's just going around messing around. I'm pretty sure like everybody who plays in the MLS still has a part-time job. Like soccer is really not cared about in the United States. It's unfortunate because I really love soccer, but it is not a thing here much at all. Or yeah, like European players retire over to MLS if they want to like chill. So yeah, like you really seem to not understand just how many people care about football and basketball and baseball here and could care less about soccer. For every person that cares about soccer in the United States, there's probably 100 at least that would rather care about football. It's crazy. Yeah, the women's team isn't better than our men's team. It slightly is, because soccer in the United States, at least for women, there's not like a dominant women's sport in the United States. Women don't have a football. And unfortunately for them, women's basketball is just one of the worst things in the world to watch. Nobody wants to watch women's basketball. I'm sorry. I love watching women's soccer. Women's tennis is fun to watch. Women's basketball is just not fun to watch. Volleyball is fun to go watch. And it probably is the biggest like high school and college sport. So, you know, but yeah, so women don't really have like a football or a basketball, like, you know, that one dominant sport. So you get a little bit better spread of the athletes as well. How many TC 87 uniques have I doubled up on? I'm pretty sure I have 2 of every unique except Tyrael's Might and Astrian's. I think those are the only 2 that I don't have a double of. I mean, you know what they mean, Paint. Like, yeah, the women's team is better than the men's team proportionally, not like heads up, obviously.
Play gets run over with 2,300-pound heavy men.
Yeah.
Gets back up like nothing happened. That one soccer player who barely gets his ear flapped by another player's finger cries on the ground pretending to be in pain.
Yep.
Men's soccer be filled with Muppets.
Yeah, it really is. That is the worst part of men's soccer, and it just keeps getting worse, it feels like, every single year. They just need to do retroactive stuff. Like, I don't know why they don't do it. Probably because they don't want to, like, you know, what if Messi does it and they don't want to have to suspend Messi or something. But, like, there needs to be 2 things, in my opinion, to fix it. See ya, Sedler. The first one is you just have a retroactive look at everything. So after a game, they will go back, they will look through all of the fouls that occurred, and anytime there was a flop, they will just give that player like a flopping point, essentially. Once you get enough points, it adds up to cards, whatever it is. The second thing is there should be some sort of retroactive stuff, and like an equality trade-off piece. So if you flopped and got a guy a yellow card, then you get a yellow card as well. If you flopped and somebody got a red card, then you are given a red card after the fact. If they just do this, all of a sudden, all the flopping would be fixed. Because now you're going to try and not flop to make sure that you're not getting these retroactive cards. So I think that would 100% fix the game. Like hockey, they've pretty much got it out of there pretty quickly. What up, Lamatad? Yeah, I mean, James Harden is unfortunate. That's more built based on, like, how the rules are all set. Like, shooting foul rules and stuff. And the way they've defined spaces and things like that. So, like, you know, he does the, like, 4-foot jump forward into contact stuff. I have not dropped Azad, no. Yeah, so like women's soccer, way less flopping. And it's a lot more fun to watch. Have you ever thought about Kai doing MVS commentary? Yeah, I don't know if she wants to do it. It's a lot of work. Usually on those Saturdays, she's like, I'm going to go get my nails done and hang out with my friends instead. And I'll come by and bring you some food at some point, so. You know, so I'm not going to force her to do anything that she doesn't really want to. Yep, it seems like the best teams world flop more often because it's game changing. It is, and it's super unfortunate, and they just need to like really punish it. Like I say, if you do that, all of a sudden, if I will get called after the fact when can I flop now? Like, it's always going to have some effect on my, future, on my team, on my game. Like, so many more players will have to sit out games and get extra cards and things for flopping, and then they'll just stop flopping. And you do it on every call, not just on like card calls and stuff. You just pay someone to go through at the end of the game, and they just look through for a little bit. If they see somebody do the horrible flops. Yeah, the only time that it wouldn't work is in the finals. That's the only time. But I guess the hope would be at that point that they're no longer practicing being floppers, and so they're not good at it, I think that's the best hope, is that, like, yeah, they're not used to flopping when they get fouled, so in general they're going to try and be a little better. Am I uploading this to YouTube later? Yeah. Probably upload it tomorrow. So yeah, if they would change a couple things like that, I would watch men's soccer way more. But I'm just so tired of it. Like, it really is like one of the worst sports to watch because of that now. Hey. 174s. Flopping and boxing. I don't watch enough boxing. Do they flop there? I feel like they always just run up and hug the other guy and won't let go whenever they really want to. They just keep doing that. Oh, we're hugged, we're hugged. And then they like throw some punches in while they're hugging. Professional Floppers League. It's like Dota 2 when you go to low priority.
Fresh meat.
Ain't what it used to be. It's true. Thank you, Slow. I mean, soccer in the old days was brutal, man. Soccer in the old days was so brutal. They would just come and hack you out, man. It's true, Black Gaver. What do you guys think about VAR? Personally, I think it's one of the better implemented automatic review systems in all sports. I think it does a pretty good job. The only stuff that the stuff that I don't like is the little ticky-tacky things. Like the England offsides, even though that helped the US, I think that's the stuff that shouldn't really be there to be called back. Because it's just that to me is getting way too close and tight. And, it's like in hockey when they call something back 3 minutes after the goal is scored because the guy was offsides by a toe or whatever. It just breaks the flow of the game too much there. Interesting, LeBron. What do I think about countries' other sports like cricket and rugby? Cricket's cool to watch. I haven't watched much rugby at all. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of cricket either. Just don't go off sides? Sure. I mean, I understand it. But I think it's just you know, a lot of stuff is a flow in the game, especially like soccer and things like that. And so when you're just having all these like breaks and stops and things like that, it just, I don't know. To me, I would rather tiny things like that be kind of ignored more. But if there's like, you know, if someone's like 5 feet off sides, 4 feet off sides or something, and for some reason they miss it, like that's what I think VAR should be used for. Or, you know, I did think it was used well today in the World Cup. You know, when someone comes flying in with their cleats into someone's shoulder, like that's an appropriate time to use VAR. What? Is that true, BOID? That's crazy.
See, tennis is better to watch. Maybe not sometimes that one lady, not going to name her here, who just moans for 3 hours every time she swings. But hey, 1 versus 1 baby. And short shorts hashtag
I love women's tennis. It's great. What? I was playing tennis. Guys, my goodness. Can a man not stroke some balls? That's not a good way to say it. Yeah, who's that 15-year-old girl? I haven't seen any of that, but she beat, who was it, Serena or Venus? Venus? Crazy.
I am overburdened.
I wonder how if each team got one time out in soccer per half, only in both situations, it would change things. So, like, honestly, I believe that's one of the biggest reasons that soccer is not big in America is because it's not pushed very much in America because it doesn't generate as much money, right? Like, almost everything in America links back to money. Basketball, tons of timeouts, tons of time for advertisements. Football, goodness gracious, there's only like 7% of the game is actual playtime. The rest of it's dead time. Tons of time to throw advertisements in there. Baseball, sure, you get lots of breaks for advertisements. Soccer, no, you got to keep the game on the whole time. Not as much money to be made. Hockey, there's like rarely any dead time during hockey. And they have shoved in, they have forced in TV timeouts in hockey, and like they hate them because hockey is meant to just go, not all the time, right? Like hockey is not meant to have breaks in it at all, really. And same with soccer, right? They're both just meant to go. So I think that's a huge reason why they're not pushed as much in the United States, because they don't generate as much money. So they're not going to be advertised as much, they're not going to get as much, get as big contracts, blah, blah, blah. Diablo 2, where's the time for ads? There's not. That's why I don't play ads on this channel. No ad money comes into Mr. Llama. It doesn't have any advertising time. What? S-Roy? Come, man. Why you gotta put that title on it? That's just... The ad space around the field can generate income? Yeah, but it's not... I just don't think it generates near as much as they would like, right? Like flashing a giant commercial in their face.
Speaking of money, paid referee, after one guy scores goes. Score denied, his boot string was loose. Score. Lol, time for ads, Kappa.
Time for ads. That's right. Use paint to demonstrate the ad space in Act 3. And the fact that there's no way to play them as a kid without paying $200. Wait, which sport are you talking about, Yuns? Soccer, or I mean, football and hockey, or football, hockey. Those are probably gonna be, you know, more expensive. Hockey is like one of the most expensive sports, and it is way more than $200. I pay about $1,000 a year to play hockey, not even counting like my gear and the startup cost and anything like that. And this is like a men's silly adult league. If you're a hockey goalie, you know, you probably pay $1,500, $2,000 just for your gear alone. Yeah, just to get a pair of skates. My skates were like $300. Basketball, super easy. You just get a ball. Soccer, you just get a ball. Even football, you can just get a ball, really. And you'll play, you know, touch. But, yeah. Clip. Did that clip get deleted? Is that happening? And shoes and possibly clothes. I mean, I'm saying you can wear, like, whatever stuff there. You need cleats. You need some shin guards. You can get cleats for like $40 if you really want, you know, like. Yeah, it's very easy to play compared to hockey, where you need a rink that is maintained and iced over. I mean, obviously, if you're like up north, you can go out on the ice of like a frozen lake or something, but even then, you still still needs to be kind of like maintained and stuff in a way, right? So, Zamboni. You need a stick. You need the goals. Yeah, every sport in the United States is pretty expensive. Like, even when I played soccer, I played competitive soccer growing up. And, field hockey or street hockey? Street hockey. I played competitive hockey growing up, or soccer growing up. And, I mean, just for, like, my team, the dues for the team, stuff like that was probably, like, $1,500 or something. Yep, not counting like all the traveling that we did and whatever. So, you know, it was multiple thousands just for that. That's just sports in the United States. It really is pricey. Yeah, I thought about picking up the Superior. Then I was lazy. But yeah, hockey is still probably the most expensive sport to really get into, because you have to pay for ice time. Like, if I go down to the local hockey joint and I want to just play a game or play like some pickup, it'll cost me like $20 just to go out on the ice for an hour, hour and a half. Every time I want to practice. You thought golf was the most expensive sport? Golf can also be pretty expensive, but you can find some deals with golf. Like, that's what I've actually been really looking at, because I want to go play some more golf. It depends how you play golf. If you're playing like Sunday morning golf and stuff, yeah, you're going to spend a crap ton of money. But like, you know, there's a lot of places where it's like unlimited driving range for, you know, $50-$60 a month or something. So that's not like horrible. Your clubs are going to be a few $100, you know, so that is kind of expensive to get into. And then whenever you want to play like a round of golf, if you go out like Twilight, you can probably go for like 15, but you know, it depends where you're at, obviously. 15, $20 to your local course. Or if you go to like a really nice course, it can be like 80. If you go to a super nice place, you know, you'll pay 150. And then obviously there's like, it always goes up to the crazies.
Well, now that GDQ has finished another event and reviewed all their top clips, mysteriously a highly viewed clip of Llama, titled Balls, discussing the value of
Yep.
puppy dominance, has disappeared.
Yep.
Rest in peace clip. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Oh, hey, another Nachel. Who would have ever thought of it? Who would have ever thunk it? Puppy dominance. My favorite. What up, senpai? Yeah, golf is definitely like a very expensive sport, though, if you just want to, like, not play it in that, you know, like, you can play it cheaply, but you have to really, like, force it cheaply and be super aware. But if you just want to, like, play it like a normal person and stuff, it is pricey. Because, yeah, gear is decently expensive. And then just playing, like I say, greens fees are just really, really costly. Is it pronounced Nagel or Nagel? Whoever knows, right? Wii Golf is $5 at yard sale. I did enjoy Wii Golf. I used to play that. Right. Nagel G GIF. That's kind of my thoughts. Dragon lore. Yeah. Wii Golf and the occasional TV breaking from the person who doesn't secure it to their wrist. Exactly. Exactly. Whee. Okay. Anything with a boat is obviously going to be the most expensive of sports. But, like, so would be, like, skiing, right? Like, if you want to go and be a professional skier, snowboarder, I guess I'm trying to, you know, get away from that a little more. Those are, you know, really pricey. What, drip? Oh, drop? Hang songs.
Fishing isn't really expensive. Good rod. Medium, heavy for $95 and a reel for $120 and then $10 to $20 a lure.
Yep.
Rest is mostly double-digit dollars, probably $100 for a fishing chest. To store your lure lol.
Yeah, but then you have the boat. The boat is always the expensive part of all of that. Anytime you have a boat, you're paying a lot. Get out of bed, Stein. Go start your day. Just fish off the shore? Ah, you're not going to get as good a fish in there. Trying to sell a boat? I ain't buying. No boats for me. I never want to own a boat. Boats can be cool to go ride on, everything like that, but man, boats and money are like polar opposites. Or boats and having money, I should say. Nice, simple. Yep. Most expensive sport is day trading. Is that really a sport? Yes, for some. What about motorcycling? I mean, like, NASCAR is also an expensive sport, you know. Yeah. I'm talking main sports, not all these tiny little one-offs. You can find a million sports that cost way more than you have. The sport of dating can be pricey? Oh, tell me about it. Good lord. Never been more broke in my dang life. Sport shaming streamer. Breeding kids. Now that's the most expensive sport. There you go, Slow Polka. Llama broke. Time for another MVS. Gotta afford all Kylie's makeup bills. So we go to the
Fresh meat.
what do you call
Love
it?
you, llama. Mr. Yama love.
We go to the Sephora. Thank you so much. Bloop. Mwah. And she's like, "Oh, I just need to pick up some new foundation." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Sure." Am I a tier 3 sub on her stream? No, I'm a tier 1000 sub in her life. So, but yeah, so we go to Sephora and she's like, "I just need to pick up a little foundation." And I'm like, "Okay." And so she comes back with, you know, something maybe like, I don't even know, like, you know, this big. She's like, "Oh, okay, here we go. Like, I'm all ready." And I walk up and, you know, to pay. She's like, "Swipe." And they're like, "That would be $72, please." The hell? I was like, "I'm sorry. I think the label on this item must have been swapped with some giant item that is worth $70. Right? I was like, "Is it made of gold? Is it just a gold bar? Excuse me?" That seems about accurate, Greg. Did they calculate the joy per buck? Bruh. At that price, it ain't worth it. You know how much rice you can buy for $72? You can feed a child in Africa for its entire life, I'm pretty sure, for $72. Tell her she's pretty and she doesn't need to wear makeup? That's what I tell her. Is it true? Sure. Is it also because I want to save money? Also true. Yes. Both of them. Well, it starts as a child, Stein. Or it's like, you know, now they've got those permanent eyelashes or whatever where they go in and they like attach long lashes to each of your eyelashes individually.
You are the reason me and my old man play this game.
Mwah. Thank you, JC. And I was like, "Oh, those are cool." But it's like really expensive to do it. And you have to get them touched up every 2 weeks. What? It's like $200 or something. I don't even know what permanent. Let me look. Permanent eyelash extensions cost. It cost $150 to $200, but then refills are about $65. Okay. Like, good Lord. That's crazy, man. Every 2 weeks. I'm like, bruh, MVS is every month, man. Not every 2 weeks. Slow down. Struggles. Doesn't sound very permanent, right? Daily MVS incoming. Bi-weekly. The goal will just be Kylie's eyelash extensions. Nah, she doesn't have them. I don't know why she doesn't want. Probably because it's like you gotta do it too much or something. Do you want a tip? Right? Probably, yeah. Then you have to tip them as well. So it's $200 plus tip. Have fun. You wonder what happens if you don't maintain it? Well, they fall off. That's the thing. So like they're permanent, but they fall off over the course of 2 weeks. And so, but if you don't refill it for a whole month, then like most of them will have fallen off, and it'll be back to nothing, and then you'll have to do $200 again. So you either go and get them refilled every 2 weeks, or you pay $200 and get it redone. So that's what happens if you don't maintain it. So yeah, I'm just like, man, just you know, you've got nice eyelashes. Just leave it alone. Just give her my eyelashes? Bruh. At those prices, I would happily just give her my eyelashes. I would much rather do that. Sign me up. How much am I saving? What? Let's do it. Done deal. Whee. It's amazing. Come on. Where's my welcome home Mang song? Have I ever cut them off? No. I would have to pluck them? No, I would just cut them off. I would just get my razor and just go bzzz, something like that. You gotta refill them every 2 weeks to a month to keep them looking fresh. You can wear them up to 3 months if you don't care about. Oh, okay. I don't know. I've never had them, Austin. This is just me making random guesses at it. I mean, I'd like to find like eth items as well. I have over half of the items I'm looking for ethereal, so that's cool. You know, so plenty more to be found ethereal. Then attach them using super glue. I mean, that's what girls do anyways. They glue on fake lashes. So it wouldn't be that crazy and weird and different, to be honest. Girls do weird things to their faces, man. That's all I can say. Have I heard of the beauty standards in Korea? I mean, they want to look whiter, right? But I've heard that Korea is pretty crazy in their beauty standards. Even like the men wear makeup. Something like that. At least all the male pop stars do. It's crazy. What's the next go after Mang Song? Oh no, we still got probably a ways to go to Mang Song. Lots of surgery over there. Yeah. I mean, we also have a lot of plastic surgery over here, to be honest. Not to be morbid, I can't get past this thought. How do you get past the thought that you're maybe saving up for nothing if you suddenly die? You know, like, to me, it's one of those things that you can't think about, essentially. Because you have to play your odds. What if I don't die? What if I never save and I don't die? Then I'm going to have nothing and have all these issues and stress, and my life is going to be horrible. So you're just playing your odds. At the same time, let's say that I die right now. Like, I'll be able to, you know, give some money to some causes that I support. You know, give some money to some family members, help some friends or whatever through call. You know, like, you can do, like, nice things with your money. and stuff. So I never feel like it ever goes to this waste in any way, right? You can always use it to help others in the event that something crazy, unfortunate happens to you. But the question isn't what if I die, the question is what if I don't die? So that is the thought that I have. Is plastic surgery that common in the US? It's decently common. There's a lot of girls, and I mean some guys too, who will get like, you know, their nose done a little bit, or they'll get a little something done for their like crow's feet, or, you know, a little tummy tuck, breast implants, you know, some sort of facelift stuff. Like, there's so many different things. It's generally more going to be skewed towards like richer people that are going to be, you know, involved in it, but you're from the US and you know 0 people have had plastic surgery? Dang, dude, I know like 30 people I actually know too. Ah, thanks, Home Watcher. So yeah, obviously when you go to like Hollywood and models and things like that, you're gonna probably see more of it, but yeah, it's not something that you'll see like out on a farm in the Midwest very often.
I am overburdened.
Whee. Richer and middle-aged demographic. Yeah, generally. Yeah, that's today's. I always just run the today one there. What up, potato? Digital painting? Nice. Yeah, you have to leave your house to see MJ Pem. That's generally how it's going to be. Generally required. Paint was asking about jet lag from GDQ. I mean, it's not really jet lag because it's the same time zone that I was in. But I am tired because I've been gone for 12 days and I've been like doing stuff every single day for 12 days. Walking around the cities, being, you know, just like being away from home for 12 days is exhausting. So I am definitely tired.
Fresh
Thank you, Twinkie.
Pod
Mwah.
champ.
Appreciate that. How many hours of sleep do I shoot for? I probably should try to shoot for more. I usually shoot for like 6 to 7, but I need to do more. Winkypotamus, what a name. That's a beaut right there. Mwah! Wow, it's me.
Stayed up as late as I could to catch your GDQ run on West Coast.
Nice.
Passed out.
Oh, that's okay.
Sorry, I missed it, but I caught the VOD.
Nice.
Good run, and here's the money I should have spent on coffee to stay up, isn't it?
It's all good. I blame 0 people for missing my run. If you did not see my GDQ run, other years I might go, but this year I'm like, nah, man, 5 a.m. Don't worry about it. I almost didn't even wake up for my run. That's not a bad ring at all. I mean, it's
I can't carry anymore.
like all the mods are useful on it. 7 life leech is nice. That's really not too bad. I might hold it just for fun. Great for the Australia crowd, for sure. Not like the mods in this chat, which are all terrible. That's right. Used to catch you guys at the Diablo for later sets and give. Oh, nice. Very nice. Have a good one. Appreciate it, man. Thanks so much. You're speaking of GDQ, you fell asleep halfway through. It was good. We ran a 205. Our RNG was pretty good. I was obviously a little tired, but it was good stuff. Wow. Esroy coming in harsh. Lol. That's what you get. Talking bad about my mods. I would never. Thank you, Mind. Appreciate that. So yeah, the European crowd and the Asian Australian crowd. Good times out for them. Did I see the Women's World Cup? I did. It was great. Great game. They dominated. Not in my house. Good night, Smooth. Next GDQ Paladin. I mean, I'll submit it and we'll see. Did I see Mavs free agency? Bro, we can't get anybody. It's so unfair. Freaking Paul, George, and Kawhi going to Clippers. And then Lakers, and then Mavs get nothing. It's brutal. So, whatever. Rapinoe did alright. I mean, obviously she had like a lot of goals and stuff. And she's, you know, super, super strong set piece, things like that. But on the field, you know, you could definitely see like Lavelle and Heath were like better players overall. Were you Fishbones? Nice. I was working. I'll be going up again, I think, at the end of this month. Poor OKC and Maps. You're going to Munich tomorrow. That's cool, man. Have fun. I don't know if anybody here is from Germany. How many Germans do we have in chat? You're on vacation? Nice. You go fishing? Okay, we got a couple Germans. All right, what is there to do in Munich? What's the good stuff? Beer, schnitzel, lots of other sausage and stuff, all that stuff. Oh, you're on a cruise? Oh, nice. It's the good advice, the standards. You should give them like a cool place in Munich to go. Favorite place. Wow. Wow, Esroy. 9. I think there were 9 of them. Yeah, I'm not much of a big city tourist person either. I mean, I did love being touristy around Chicago. Not like touristy, but walking around it and stuff. But, like, I'm gonna go to Italy and I just want to, like, bike around and stuff. That would be the best thing. Bike around Verona and things. Ooh, that'd be so nice. Any Italians in the house? I'm 100% Italian. Anybody living in Italy, I should say? It does, Sorc. And it would also count to my Grail, so I would be like super pumped about that. That would be a great find. You're Italian? Nice. I need some, go near the lakes on the north. Let me look and see. Let's see. Bologna, Venice. I mean, we're going all over, but yeah, we'll be up north there for sure. And then we'll like end in Rome, I think. So we'll start like at the north and go down to Rome. Yeah, so we'll go through Florence. And places in Tuscany there. Yeah, we'll be going through, like I say, Verona. I'm gonna be on the beach somewhere. I don't know if it's Venice though. I don't remember the whole trip. Trubunski just got back from Italy? That jerk. He didn't tell me he was going. I would have gone with him. What? Let's see. In Rome, I need some good Rome ideas of like things to do in Rome. I'm not a huge touristy person. I don't really care to, you know, spend an entire day waiting in line with a bunch of tourists and stuff. I just want like some cool, delicious food or some whatever fun, cool things. Good pizza place. There you go. That's good. Rome idea 1. Stab Julius. That's good, Valor. That does this. The Colosseum. We'll probably go to the Colosseum. That's probably the one place that I would be like cool to go walk around and look at. Yeah, I'll throw some Dalai Lamas into the Trevi Fountain, of course. So, but like, you don't have to spend a lot of time at the Trevi Fountain. I will be there in October, Danzel, so... The Vatican Museum. Is it cool? I hear that going to the Vatican's like an all-day event, though. Where am I going to propose and how will my parents react? Oh my god, get out. Teach Pope how to speedrun D2? I think he would appreciate it. Yeah, I don't feel like I care to go to the Vatican. Rip, 3%. Not true, just all morning. Yeah, but I don't even wake up until noon. I guess if I want to visit all countries in the world, though, I'd have to technically go to the Vatican. Oh yeah, I'm sure it's beautiful. I just don't think I don't know. I've been in so many churches, throughout my life that like, all right, eventually it's all the same stuff. Pope Francis will be on my couch at SGDQ. I like it. I like it. Think of it like a museum. All right. Well. Hey, Cloud. How you doing? He'll be encouraged to hear I killed the devil. Yeah, I'll be like, hey, come check this out. Let me show you how to kill the devil, actually. Try breaking into the Vatican's secret archives. That'd be fun. He does Fortnite dances for donations. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of flossing, but I'm not gonna lie. If Pope Francis was there flossing, I would donate for it. Go to Milan. I don't know if we're going to Milan. We're taking like 5 different trains over the course of the trip, though, so we'll be all over. I think we're going to Austria even at some point. Go up to Vienna or something. Maybe we'll start there. I'm not sure. Yeah, I just don't think we're going that far west. I think we're just going like Milan, Verona, down, like just straight south kind of on that. What's the Pope's Twitch handle? XXX Francie. Get out, Pisaroni. Oh my god. This is not a proposal trip. And he does ASMR, that's right. Dope Hat 420. That's his alt. Go to Amsterdam. I've never really cared to go to Amsterdam. Fancy Francie. Right? Fancy Francie? What a great Twitch name. I'd watch. That's fantastic. Pontifex? That's his Twitter handle? Interesting. Too many tourists? Yeah, I feel like it would be tons of tourists. Why would you propose? You're already engaged. Oh my god. I need to go to bed. You guys are ridiculous. July 17th. Alright, that sounds good to me. Copet! 2 months in a row. Thank you so much. And Ladner as well with the 27. Wow. What up, Lad? How you doing? What is propose the marriage date? Jesus. Alright, last run, and Llama is going to sleep because he is so tired. But I just miss streaming so much. Thank you, Lisho. Oh my god, don't say things. Oh, Jesus. No Mang songs in store for us. No Archon stabs. Rip. Oh, my body is like so sore to even move. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate you being patient while I had a nice little vacation. I haven't had a vacation in a long time. Like a, long one like that. So, have a wonderful night. Mwah. Kisses to you all. I will see you tomorrow. We'll be streaming tomorrow night. So I will see you then. Peace out. Have a good one, guys. Bye.